In this segment of the tutorial, we'll be working with stranded color knitting. People who knit with needles, when they work with stranded knitting, they are carrying all colors they are working with on that row along the wrong side or the back side of their knitting. This is double knitting, so it will be carried on the inside between this right side and this right side. Now we're a little luckier than they are. We can work with one color at a time and not lose anything. We won't have a problem with it. For this example, I'm still just working with two colors, but you could work with more depending upon the instructions of the row will say. In this instance, we're going to refer to A as red, so color A would be red, and color B would be the light blue. And we're going to say that our instructions for this row are with A, knit 3, with B, knit 3, to the end of the row. Now I don't remember my count. I think it's 12 pegs, so that should work. Let's find out. So I just knitted with the light blue. I'm going to drop it over the top of the red so that it has a little twist. It just makes it kind of nice and neat at the beginning of the row. And I'm going to knit 3 with A, which is color B, is red. This is the first peg of this row, so we're going to skip this one, and this would be 1, 2 is these two, and 3 is these two. Now the next 3 are supposed to be worked with color B, which is light blue. But it's okay for us to just skip those 3 and get the next pegs that are going to be with color A. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3. So I would bring color A, leaving a long strand in the middle, to the first peg of the next 3 that I'm supposed to knit, again with color A. Remember, it said knit 3 with A, knit 3 with color B, knit 3 with color A, knit 3 with color B. So color A, knit 3, 1, and go across and catch the other one, 2, across and catch the other side, 3, go across and catch the other side. And now I've only got 3 more pegs left, and I know from my instructions that that will be with color B. So I'm done with color A for this row, and I can go ahead and knit it off. So we will pause briefly while I do this. So now we're ready for color B. So we're going to sit A aside, just leave it right there dangling, pick up color B, and it doesn't use the first 3, it goes to the second 3. So I will come across and hit 1, other side, 2, other side, oops, 2, 3. Skip the next 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, whoops, I missed something, 1, 2, 2, 3, skip the next 3. Now I have to skip the blue one too. So 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you can see that my hand wasn't in the way. And we're ready to knit off. And we've knitted off our color B pegs. And now you can see why they call it stranded knitting. It's because you have the long strands that float, and these are referred to as floats, behind the pegs, or in this case in the middle. And you would just continue working each row the same method. You'll have to look at your row, at your instructions rather, to be able to know which pegs to wrap. It may take you a little time as you count, but that's okay too. What I would do is I would start with the first color and skip the ones that are the other colors to the end of the row, and then go back and get the next color and fill in, and the next color for however many you need to on that row. Same thing when you work that the other way. I would start with the first yarn, which should be the one. In this case, the next row would be this color B, because you're working the other direction. It's the first yarn you encounter. It wouldn't say with B skip 3 first, A skip 3, because it's not the first yarn you encounter, or it shouldn't say that. Should not say that. At the end, you'll have tails to weave in. Try to weave them in on the blocks of color that match. So the tails that are red, weave them in for the red stitches, blue in the blue stitches, etc. Just matching your colors. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'll get back with you when I can to answer your questions.